What you're about to watch is the sad story of the discrimination against the Turkish women and girls who choose to wear head covers. They want to get an education, and then they want to take their respective places in the society as productive people. But all these dreams are shattered by the unlawful restrictions on the freedoms of belief and expression controlled by the current administration in Turkey. Although the Turkish constitution supports the freedom of speech, expression, belief, and every person's right for a proper education, wearing of head covers has been banned in almost all of the universities in Turkey. This ban causes a conflict with the current Turkish constitution and also the agreements and declarations that Turkey has undersigned, such as the European Human Rights Agreement and the United Nations Human Rights Declaration. The excuse for this unlawful ban has been that wearing of headscarves is a religious symbol and thus a threat to the secularist nature of the state. Islam mandates for women to wear head covers, and this has been the tradition for Turkish women for decades. Women in Turkey who choose to wear scarves are tried to be excluded from the society. They are not allowed into the parliament, universities, high schools, even driver's education classes. They are not allowed to work at government offices and some private companies. They are forced to set their beliefs and thus their souls aside. This unlawful ban on scarves has been going on for more than 3 decades in Turkey. But within the last few years, it spread all over the country and came to an unbearable level. There are a lot of broken hearts, there are a lot of stories that need to be told, and there are some scenes that really stand out. In July of 1995, during the graduation ceremony of Sivas University School of Nursing, students with scarves were not allowed to attend the ceremony. When one student went to the stage to claim her award for finishing at the top of her class, she was physically harassed by another student who yelled, "Shut up, you have no right to speak." Her nurse's hat was also removed. The president of the university also supported this ugly attack, saying that he would never let these students take their oaths as nurses. In July of 1998, a second-year medical documentation student at Istanbul Cerrahpaşa University entered her class to take an exam. But instead of giving her a test form, the instructor had her removed out of the classroom by police officers. The young woman was forcefully taken to the police station. She was tried for the accusation of hindering the education at her university. After a trial that lasted for more than 2 years, she was found guilty and was sentenced to 6 months in jail. On October 11, 1998, millions of people from all over Turkey protested the ban against head covers at the hand-in-hand human chain for freedom of thought and belief. Millions of people stood holding hands to form a chain that would overcome all barriers. After this protest, a great number of people were arrested, and some are still being tried for violating Article 312 of the Turkish Penal Code for inciting hatred. In April 1999, at Malatya İnönü University, a 39-year-old mother and her 3 daughters joined the protest against the scarf ban at their university. After the protest, they were arrested and are still being tried with the alleged accusation of trying to destroy the democratic Turkish Republic, facing death penalty if found guilty. On May 2, 1999, Merve Safa Kavakçı, a parliamentarian-elect, went to the Turkish parliament in order to take the oath of office at the inauguration ceremony. The people of Istanbul had elected her to represent their will, their future, their hopes and their dreams. When she entered the main hall of the parliament with the joy and excitement of the big projects she had in mind to serve her country, she was faced with an ugly protest of the parliamentarians from the Democratic Leftist Party. These parliamentarians stood up chanting, get out," for minutes. Merve Kavakçı was not allowed to take her oath and was made into a target with the provoking speech of the Prime Minister, Bülent Ecevit, who told the others to put this woman in her place. For Merve Kavakçı and all her supporters, the lesson was very hard. After the Prime Minister's speech, the mass media went to work immediately and the horrible political lynching campaign began. There was no law or dress code that banned a female parliamentarian from wearing a scarf, but that was not an issue. Merve Kavakçı was first stripped of her Turkish citizenship, then she and her family members and her relatives were continuously harassed by the mass media. Unfortunately, her 2 young children had their share of the political lynching campaign too. A couple of days after the incident at the parliament, when she took her 2 daughters to school, they were booed and harassed by their schoolmates. The schoolmates had been provoked by a news reporter who promised them they would be on TV. What was done to Merve Kavakçı was illegal and immoral. She was stripped of all her rights as a parliamentarian except for her parliamentarian immunity. Her salary was suspended and she was not given an office or private housing like all the other parliamentarians. If her parliamentarian immunities were to be taken away, she would be tried for violating 2 articles in the Turkish Penal Code. Because of entering the parliament with a scarf on, she would be tried for violating Article 312 for inciting hatred. And because of attending a Muslim conference in the United States in 1996, she would be tried for violating Article 169 for aiding and abetting terrorists. The most recent scarf ban incident is currently taking place at Marmara University School of Theology in Istanbul. Students who are attending this school are planning to get degrees on various Islamic fields. However, since January 2001, more than 1,000 female students are being kept from entering the school because they wear head covers. These are all Turkish women who had dreams. They had dreams like all of you have, but their dreams were shattered, and their cases were made into live examples for those who would still dare to have dreams.